This shit has been such a waste of my time. It's such a disgrace. I can't believe I watched this shit for damn near 10 years and it ended like this. I'm so disappointed with Game of Thrones. This shit pissed me off. This what happens when you get rid of the original writer and the person who made it all possible. My God, what the fuck is going on, man? I'm here to talk cash shit, cause this is America, and god damn it, it's my right. If a man wants to be called Muhammad Ali, this is a free country, then god damn it, he should be called Muhammad Ali. And if a man is pissed off about the Game of Thrones finale and how these last two fucking seasons ended, then god damn it, a man should be able to come on here and talk about it. Man, hey, Nash, yes, pissed me off just like with Sopranos. Boardwalk Empire, was alright. But that goddamn Sopranos, this shit made me feel the same exact way. HBO has now set a fucking, this is a habit of theirs. They are doing this shit on purpose. This is fucking terrible. I don't know what the hell happened, how we wound up here, but I am fucking disgusted, and god damn it, I'm gonna talk about it. And if you want to talk about it, this is the place to be. So, without further ado, we gonna get right in. Let's get this good shit out the way. Listen to my baby real quick. Girl, you know
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
There we go. Tell me about it. Alright, let's kick this shit off the right way. Damn thing, all this time, and it's like now to have it in. You know what? I'm gonna tell you exactly what I felt like, and I'm just gonna roll this little clip here of just random shit that happened throughout the motherfucking throughout the series, just so you can see the different moments. And I'm gonna tell you what I felt like. I felt like Switch in the Matrix. I just kept saying, for this entire season, I just kept saying, not like this, not like this. It was so promising. It was so much that had transpired over these past 6 years, and I was looking forward to these last 2 seasons, bringing it all together and letting the chips fall where they may. I really was. It was time for Cersei to get hers. I was waiting on Daenerys. I wanted Daenerys to take the throne. I did. I swear I did. I wanted Jon to be king of the North. I did. Then I wanted Jon to take the throne. I wanted so much to happen. I wanted to see the White Walkers and the Ice King, the Night King. I wanted to see him get his. I wanted to see the White Walkers do their thing. And it was so much that I wanted to see in this. And for it to slowly but surely, thread by thread, consistently being ripped from my very hopes and dreams, it was so discouraging. It was so disappointing. I just couldn't believe that they was doing it. At one point I was like, okay, well, maybe they're gonna go off a little bit to get us, a little rattled, then bring it back and say, nah, we gonna do this, we ain't gonna do that to y'all. That's what I was really hoping for. I was really hoping, when I saw shit going a little left and I saw things kind of going unanswered, I was like, this ain't where we supposed to be going now. I was hoping that it would have came back around and they was just fooling, just to keep us guessing, and then they just brought it and did what they were supposed to do. That's what I was hoping. And I know it's people out there that's saying, oh, well, you can't tell how this shit's supposed to go. You just mad because it didn't end your... No, I'm not mad because it didn't end my way. I am a firm believer that there are certain things in movies that or TV series that must happen because of what you would call a series or a chain of events that preceded that. So it's like you had to let's take Star Wars for instance. Star Wars was shot out of order first and foremost, okay? And it was shot out of order because George Lucas could not afford to do 1, 2, and 3 the way he wanted to, so he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do 4, 5, 6." But you were still able to understand the fact that what happened to Vader in 6, you was able to really understand why it happened to him from 1, 2, and 3. You saw how it led up to that, right? You could see the difference in what Anakin Skywalker was and how he became Lord Vader. You saw that. You saw the transition. And shout out to Lord Vader. You saw the transition of Vader. You saw how he became Vader. I mean, one of the ice coldest scenes was when Vader went and killed the younglings. He went and he killed a school of babies learning to be Jedi. No mercy. He had the red eyes. He came in and then he peeked up out of you can see just his eyes just a little bit, and they was orange, and you saw the little younglish looking at him like, "Hey, is that Anakin?" And he was like, "No, you little motherfuckers, this is Vader." And he came through and he slashed him and he killed. You saw it and you was like, "Oh, he killed the younglings, oh my God." So you saw how terrible of a person he was and why he became the way he became, because he was scared. He wanted his woman to live. He couldn't live without her because he ain't had no family. He ain't had nobody. So he had to make sure and ensure that she would live. And he wanted unlimited power because he thought that Jedi was the best ever. So you had to paint that picture to see why Vader was Vader. You couldn't just have Vader be that way, go back to 1, 2, and 3, and then don't show the transition of Vader. You can't. It wouldn't have made sense. You'd be like, why is he like that mad? What is he mad for? You wouldn't have got it. Same thing here. Except what they did was they conveniently left out certain shit. And then they also just did shit they didn't have to do. And we could just go back a little bit. And one of the things that's sticking out in my mind right now is, do you see at the end how Jon Snow came from the Night's Watch? How they walked out of the wall. Now, last I saw, the Night King flew in on a stolen dragon that he converted over to his side. And he burnt that whole motherfucking wall down, okay? And my thing is this. Where or who rebuilt this wall in a matter of months? That's all I'm saying. Let's just be on the generous side and say this was some 5 months later. Which it wasn't, but let's just say it was 5 months later. How did they build that wall back up, door and all? I mean, there wasn't even no signs of scaffolding. It was completed. The wall was all the way the fuck back up, and John and the wildlings just left. I don't get that. How did they do that? That's one thing. Then this part about John been in love with Daenerys all this time. He ain't never thought to oppose her until she burnt the city. And I get that. He realized, maybe Baby Dollars overstepped her boundaries a little bit too much, and she done went too far. So now I got to say, hey, this ain't gonna work. And he just kills her. This is the woman he in love with. And I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't have been mad if John, throughout the past 7 episodes, if John wouldn't have been such a diehard, loyal, faithful motherfucker, why would he then at the very end betray his true love, his one love, his auntie, whatever the case may be. Why would he just like that? Yep, she needs to die. I'm gonna kill her, and that's it. I just didn't get that. That did not make sense because that was not in John's character. It just wasn't. Now, if John was the type of person that always did what he had to do, cool. Because in that case, John could have lied to fucking Cersei and been like, yeah, I ain't gonna bend the knee. We gonna hold tight at the north. But he didn't do that because he said, I cannot tell a lie. I have bent the knee to Daenerys, and I'm on her side. He couldn't do that then, but now he can do some more underhand shit like he did now. I don't get that. I just don't get that. They turned. You said that episode rocked. Oh my God. Oh my God. Lady Sunday, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I am truly disgusted with how this whole thing ended. My other thing was, why in the world did all of this shit that happened, how did Bran get to become the king? They just said, all right, y'all, let's just start voting. And Bran, and I'm going to tell y'all this, in a joke. I said this, in matter of fact, where my phone at? I can show you in a joke before this shit came on that I said that Bran was going to take the throne. Jokingly. I was literally being an asshole. I was being a dick, and I was just being a smart ass. And I said, yep. Matter of fact, I can show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Let me see where it's at. Yes. Here you go. So one of my buddies clearly says right there, he says, hey, throwing this out now. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Focus, damn you. I can't see. All right, he says, all right, well, look, let me show you this. This is at 7:15, all right, because we're on Central Time. He says, throwing it out now. Jon kills Dany tonight for what's left of the Iron Throne. And I responded and said, you know what? You know what? The writing has been so shitty these past 2 years. I wouldn't be surprised if Bran Stark kills them both with a flock of ravens and then takes the throne for himself. Laughing but very serious. That's what I said at 7:19. I got that. I said that today at 7:19. That was a good 45 minutes before this shit started. And I can't believe that he wound up being the king. I just can't believe it. And it's like, if something like that would have happened, I just would have been like, why, how, and it is what it is. But I am so disappointed. I really am. I'm really disappointed in this shit. There was just so much that should have happened to me, in my opinion, that didn't. And I don't understand why they wouldn't do that. It really went just way, it all started back in season 7, when that dragon came and just tore down the wall like that. I don't know how the Night King's dragon was so much more supercharged than everybody else's dragon, but he had 2 dragons, and this motherfucker still lost. I mean, not 2 dragons, but he had 1 dragon, and this motherfucker dragon was just more powerful than the other 2 dragons. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, I wanted Jon Snow to eventually take the throne too, especially after what Daenerys did. I don't get it. My other thing was this. They did nothing to lead up to, like, the whole thing of Bran even being in position to take the throne. It was just like this thing where it just came out of left field. And I'm actually kind of okay with that, but it was so much other loose ends that just didn't happen. Like Arya with her list. Now she went and tracked down all these people that she was gonna kill, except for the Hound and then Cersei. Now Cersei was responsible for killing her father. She was this close to catching up with her ass, and she didn't. She just said, okay, I'm gonna listen to the Hound after all this time, even though I left him for dead a couple of seasons ago, but I'm gonna listen to him now, and I'm just gonna leave. And then I'm gonna wander around the city while it's being burnt to the ground for like 20 minutes. I don't get it. I don't get that part. I don't get how she was that close to meeting up with Cersei. She should have fought Jaime, or she could have beat an injured Jaime and slit the throat of Cersei. If they slit the throat of Littlefinger, damn it, she should at least got to put needler in the heart or in the stomach or in the side or in the neck of Cersei Lannister. Because Cersei was just responsible for so much pain and heartache to the Starks, and she died in a bullshit ass rubble of crumbling building holding on to Jaime. How did she get off that easy? A woman who was sheer pure evil in its rawest form, destroyed countless lives, and just, hey, bam, I'm gonna die holding the hand of my brother who I've been sleeping with since I was young, and that's it. And then the fact that Jaime kind of like turned himself around, was getting on the good foot, and then just said, to hell with all that, I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna make it happen and try to save my sister. Yes, Cersei was supposed to have been choked or something. A Stark was supposed to kill Cersei Lannister. Plain and simple. Simple and plain. It just should have happened that way. There was no point in that not happening. And that's my thing, to where when people say, oh, are you mad because it didn't go the way you wanted to go? No, there was no reason for her to die the way that she died. It made her dying pointless. It was stupid. If she was going to die like that, you shouldn't have even showed it. That's my thing. What's the point in showing that shit? Right. She got off hella easy. Why? Why would you have her get off easy? I don't get that. The Hound died tackling his brother, diving through a fucking wall and plummeting to his death. And you didn't see none of the beef that they had. However, they showed him and fighting his brother for a good 8 minutes, and they showed how he died such a gruesome death. But Cersei and Jaime, we'll just have some rocks fall on them and that's it. It was stupid. It did not make any sense. She didn't get burned by fire, right? She didn't get choked. She didn't get stabbed. She didn't do nothing but just walking on her way out, and then the building just crumbled on top of her. That's crazy. She didn't burn. She didn't do nothing. I don't get that. There was no reason for them not to have her die a tragic death, or a death fitting of what the shit that she's caused. I don't get that. I don't understand it. Hell, you even killed Jon Snow once and brought him back. He died a way hella. He died a what do they call that? A death of 1,000 cuts. Shit. They did his ass Caesar style. Everybody took a knife and just was like, stab to the left, stab to the right, crisscross, cha-cha real smooth. That's what they did. Stab him out. They stabbed the shit out that dude. I don't know, man. But that was just, it was just that whole thing, the way that they did this season. It was terrible. It could have been so much better if they would have just did some things, I guess, like, just like how the Battle of the Bastards. The way that dude died, fitting. Awesome. He died by his own dogs that hadn't been fed in 7 days. Awesome. Jon Snow beat his ass. And then his sister was able to sick the dogs on him. That was awesome. That's how you supposed to have shit lead up to and come full circle. That's all I'm asking for, and I don't think that's too much. Why was John, let me see what you say. I got a really good question. Why was John brought back from the dead? Why was John killed in the first place? You could even ask that. Why was he betrayed and killed in the first place to the point to where they had to bring him back? I don't know. But it's like, with him not getting to the throne, what was the purpose of him coming back? They could have had Sansa lead the armies. They could have had Sansa become this warrior princess like they did with Arya. What was the purpose of him? I mean, that is a very valid question to ask. You can absolutely question that. Like, what was the point in Jon even coming back if he didn't get to the throne? He was the true king. He was king of the North and was the true king. Why not let him get to the throne? I don't understand it. It was like it was so many things like that. Just like this. What about in the great battle with the army of the dead and the Night King? What about the fact that none of the White Walkers, none of the Night King's generals, not one of them fought a whole motherfucker during that whole war? This is supposed to be the biggest battle ever recorded, ever filmed. They fought for what it seemed like 5 days, and they went through all of that, and not one of them dudes pulled a sword and fought anybody. Why? Why would you not have those guys fight the best of their best? You would think that you would want to see some of that, like having the Hound fight one of the White Walkers, having John fight one of the White Walkers, instead of playing peekaboo with a fucking dragon for 20 minutes. I didn't get that stupid shit. Why wouldn't you have this dude fight them? Why wouldn't you have that dude fight one of the White Walkers, if not the Night King himself? The Night King should have fought that dude, instead of the way he died, where he made it all the way to Bran, untouched, unscathed, not a pinch. Gets up to Bran Stark, and then out of nowhere, Arya comes with the luckiest fucking knife move of all time and kills him. Now this dude has taken down a dragon single-handedly now. Okay? He done fought every motherfucking body, done walked through a motherfucking whole entire dragon's breath. Walked through it, just stood there like, that shit don't faze me. You ain't got no dragon glass, get the fuck out of my face. Walked through all that shit, and then made his way untouched, unscathed, and then gets to Bran, and out of nowhere you have her come and say, gotcha, and that's it. Yes, this season was terrible, and the last season was what was leading up to it. I was disappointed last season. I'm like, why is this shit going so fucking left? And I didn't even know this, that the writer, that the dude that wrote this now, he's been the writer for the past 2 years, which of course have been the last 2 shittiest seasons, in my opinion. I just did not understand why they wouldn't just have and say, you know what? Let's just let some things play out the way they're supposed to play out. That's all I kind of really wanted to see. That's all I was really asking for. Was just, yeah, I know you want to have your own twist and your own changes, but don't go too far off the reservation where the shit is unbelievable. And I think that kind of cheapened it a little bit, because the entire 6 seasons before that, they were leading up to this. And I guess that's where the disappointment is. It's like when you spend all that time, and I'm not one of those people that's been binge watching since, the past 2 seasons, or binge watch the first 5 and then no. I've been watching this shit since day 1. Since before the first episode aired, I was like, I want to see this shit. This Game of Thrones shit look like it's gonna be good. I want to see it. I've been watching it since then. I was fucking shocked when they killed Ned on the first motherfucking, the first season. I was shocked. I was like, no! They really killed him? He was like my favorite dude. I was there for that. I was there when they killed Robb Stark at the Red Wedding. I was fucking hurt. I said, I can't believe that. Pissed me off. I can't believe they fucking killed Robb Stark. Are you fucking kidding me? Robb was the king of the North. Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when they killed my man, what was his name? Was it Oberon? The dude from Dorne that had the fucking mountain beat until he started showboating and got his goddamn skull crushed, eyes poked out in the skull crushed. I was rooting for him. It was so much shit that I had watched from day 1. I'm talking tuned in every episode. Sundays at 8, I wasn't going nowhere. I'm watching it. I'm checking it out. I got to see what's happening. So it's like, for somebody to watch all of that and lead all the way up to that, it's like, yes, I know you can have all these different twists and turns and all that shit, but it's like, god damn. Don't twist and turn to the point where it's just totally unbelievable. And that damn dragon burning down the entire wall by himself in a matter of minutes, not a couple of days, not after 20 minutes. He literally flew up out of nowhere. Everybody in the army stopped, and then boom. And even then, let me go back a little bit, a couple of episodes before that. Do you remember when he first took down that dragon with the ice spear? Where the fuck did they get them chains from to pull that damn dragon out the water? Where did they get the chains from when they did? Just think back to when he took down that dragon and the dragon fell into the water. Ice water. Now these walkers ain't supposed to be able to go into the water. Somehow these walkers got these 4 big, humongous, larger than life chains underwater and wrapped around this dragon, and then they were all able in a concerted effort to heave and hoe and pull this motherfucker out the lake. How, Sway? Don't know where the chains came from, because you never saw them walking with chains. You never saw them having chains. There wasn't no chains in the nearby vicinity or in the nearby town. They just came out of nowhere with these chains, hoisted this motherfucking dragon up. This dude walks up to the dragon, puts the ET finger on, be good. The motherfucker wakes up, blue eyes, and now this dude's riding the dragon around. Next time you see the dragon, the white walking army, the army of the dead is walking through the forest. They come up to the wall. They stop. This dude comes up from the rear, takes his dragon that is now a blue dragon, and this blue dragon, which was one of the smaller dragons, now is able to blow this immense fire that burns the wall of the north down in a matter of seconds. I don't get it. I was pissed off then. Now, could he have maybe blown a small hole through there? Yes, I would have been cool with that. He melted the motherfucking wall down like butter. Like butter. Like straight butter, hot fudge going over ice cream. He just melted the shit straight down, and everybody walked clean through. All right, cool, thanks. 2 minutes later, we walking through and we on our way. I didn't get that part. So that's when it just started going way the fuck left for me. That's when I started saying, wait a minute now, y'all. Come on, y'all think I'm stupid? Like, y'all really think I'm just gonna buy that shit? No way. No way. And then we can move along. When the battle of the bastards, that was a great fight. I like that. The Battle of the Bastards was one of the best wars. To me, it was better than this one. When he took the whole entire army and was fighting when the Night King got to Winterfell and they started fighting, okay, they had the Call Riders ride off with these lit swords, right? The lit swords that the Red Lady did. She lit up their swords for them to help them. Cool. They went and they just rolled into darkness. Why? If they was that outnumbered and this army was that powerful, why? And then the whole part where when once the army had got pretty much overtaken, they was at the turning point, and Jon was chasing the Night King. The Night King had just stopped, and then the Night King said, okay, I'm gonna raise everybody up that done died. I'm gonna raise them up again, and you fight them all over again. If that was the case, why would the Night King just not sit back and just wait until everybody gone and they kill everybody and say, all right, do over, restart, everybody wake back up and go kill him again? Why would he have a power like that? That shit was, yes, Louis, that shit was stupid. Why would you give the Night King that much power? You make him that fucking unbeatable. He's that invincible, and then he dies with some lucky ass stab, dive in the air, I stab you with this little knife. That shit was whack as fuck to me. It was whack. Yeah, I didn't like the way that Varys died neither. Because that was Tyrion, like he said, Tyrion's like, that's my best friend. And he just betrayed him just like that. And knew what was going to happen to him. But his brother, he said, oh, I'm going to put you on a boat. I'm going to go ahead and try to get you up out. He could have just been like, look, Varys, get up out of here, man. Good luck to you. What the hell is that? Good luck to you, and we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if that's what I'm backing this horse, I get it, but you got to go. Because I don't want you to die. He didn't even do that. It was just, man, it was just so much that was gone left that didn't have to go left. There was so many twists and turns that I just did not see what the purpose of them was, and they just left it open. Like how this ended with Arya. Now all of a sudden, Arya has dreams of sailing to uncharted areas of the realm. I'm gonna go east of Westeros where no one has ever been. That's what I've always wanted to do, guys. So the dude that she slept with, what was the purpose of that? Because she clearly didn't want no part of him. She just didn't want to die a virgin. And then she just says, okay, y'all, I'm going to leave and I'm just going to now become this awesome sailor. Even though I ain't been on no boats. I ain't did shit out on the water. I just been this cold-blooded, many-faced God killer. And now I'm just going to sail the rest of my days. That's it. I'm out. What was the purpose? What was the purpose of that shit? I didn't get that. Like, she didn't even have to go sailing. I don't know. But it was like, yeah, right. You know, exactly. Like, she going to the end of the world. Pirates on, it's like, what was the point? Yeah. Pirates of the Throne. It's like, what was her point in doing that? Now she got this Winterfell boat that's just ready to go. She got her crew. Oh, I don't know who the fuck decided to follow her because she ain't never led no army. She ain't never had no crew. She ain't never had no followers. Now she got this boat and this crew of motherfuckers that's willing to sail to the unknown charted areas of the world and go where no man has gone before because she's Arya Stark. I get it. Okay. Or I don't get it, I should say. So it's like it was just too many things like that just made it unbelievable. I guess that's my biggest thing. It made it unbelievable unless you're just one of the people that's just, I'm just so bought in. I don't care what they do. I'm gonna just call it good because that's just how they want to end it. It's whatever. I get it. It ain't no big thing to you, but I like for things to make sense. Like in what's the other damn trilogy? The Lord of the Rings. Like in Lord of the Rings, at a certain point, you knew that Aragorn was going to become the king again. You didn't necessarily know how. You didn't necessarily know what was the deal, but you knew that he was there to become the king again. You knew it. You knew how you just knew it. You knew that it was going to happen. You knew that it was gonna get to a point to where this dude was going to step up and be the king that men needed him to be. Out of all of the shit that went down, all of the shit that they went through, it's like that led up. You saw how it led up to it. You saw the things that happened that brought them to that point to where he had to become who he needed to be in order for them to win. That's my thing. That's my point. It was like, and that was an awesome series. Incredible. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship, The Two Towers, the Return of the King. I mean, incredible. I watched the extended versions only. I love that story. That was one of the best trilogies I've ever seen. Hands down. It was incredible. The way it was shot, the way that they did it, the way they played out, it was just all around fucking awesome. There's only one thing you can say about Lord of the Rings that did not add up. One thing. And everybody pretty much should know that if you watched it. And that is, why the hell didn't they just have the goddamn eagles fly that ring over into the molten lava and just leave it over there and that's it? That's the only thing you can say. They should have took the goddamn eagles right over there and dropped it off into the fiery pits of Mordor and been done. That's it. That's the only thing you can say as to why would they do it. That didn't make sense. Because the eagles came and rescued them at the end. So the eagles was around. The eagles knew where the shit was. They could have did that. The eagles could have ended this shit 2 movies ago. But, fly you fools, exactly. But, they took the long road. I get it. It made the movie that much more interesting. But that's my point. There were things that were twists and turns. There were things that were awesome. It was excellent. It was good. The whole story of Boromir and Faramir, how, you know, they came to be. It was awesome. The brothers and all that. It was great. But they didn't go off the reservation. And I don't know why they did that with Game of Thrones. You had plenty of time. They could have even, in my opinion, they could have added 2 more episodes. Instead of doing all this shit in, what was that, 8 episodes they did it in? They could have done it a totally different way. The Hobbit was okay. It was, you could watch it the other way and watch from the Hobbit on to Lord of the Rings. But the Hobbit was not better than Lord of the Rings. But it was decent. But that was my thing. I just wish that they would have made it make a lot more sense. It's some things you don't have to overcomplicate for them to be good. And it's some things that you have to give the people, even though what you're doing is already epic. You still got to give the people what they want. Just like, I think that was Nash that mentioned right when the show first started, talking about the movie, not the movie, but the series Sopranos. I loved the Sopranos. And I fucking hated the way that it ended. It was fucking terrible. That whole scene of them being in this restaurant, you don't know if they died, you don't know if they're living, or if they're alive. They just have these flashes, these little moments of the family. They laugh and, hi, we having a good time, and then you don't know what happened. Stupid. If you're going to kill Tony, if you're going to let Tony live, either way, we watched it for too long for you to leave it on a fucking ledge, on the edge, dangling. You have to do that. You have to do that. And when you're trying to be so fucking smart and you're trying to have such a sheer stroke of genius in your work, when you get to that point, you can over coach it. You can over direct it. Just like people see over coaching, you can over direct some shit to the point to where you make it suck. And that's what they did for me. I would never watch the Game of Thrones over again because I know how it ends. And I'm not okay with how it ended. So I'll never watch it again. I've watched Lord of the Rings, I can't tell you how many times. I've watched The Godfather, I can't tell you how many times. I've watched Lethal Weapon, I can't tell you how many times. There's just plenty of trilogies that I will watch time and time again. But it's like when the ending is cheesy, when the ending is just shitty, what's the point? What's the point? Because every time I watch, I'm going to be like, see? He still should have did that. See? They still didn't explain that. See? I don't know why they didn't do this. That's what you're going to do. And it's like, I'm not going to be able to watch that and still be okay with it. I can watch The Wire. I don't watch The Sopranos. I haven't watched The Sopranos ever again. I will not watch Game of Thrones ever again. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. And there was so many epic moments in this shit. It was like, man, the scene with the dragons and all that shit, the way that shit was, it was beautifully shot, man. And it was just like, even with the dragons coming about. The dragons, dude, them dudes came up and like, it was like when dude picked off the dragon, that was just, when they were out there on the boats with the scorpion bow thing, the big dumbass crossbows that shot the big long spears into the dragon. So those kill dragons. I'm with you on that. Okay. How is it that one dragon got taken down by one? Another dragon got taken down by a spear when the Night King chucked the spear out. But however, Daenerys on her dragon, she was not able to circumvent not one, but she took out every last scorpion in the whole goddamn kingdom. Single-handedly. Not nan scorpion pinched her motherfucking ass. How? If these scorpion crossbows are that good, she took out by herself a good 30 of them. And why wouldn't they have one in the tower where Cersei was as a last resort? Like, hey, put one of those scorpions up on top of this motherfucker just in case this bitch make it this far with this dragon. We get one last shot at this motherfucker. Cause I know she gonna come and burn down this building if nothing else. Cause she know I'm in it. So she definitely wanna burn this motherfucker. It's like, I didn't get that. And then the way it's like, it was just a whole thing like with the dragons, like, They had her dragon, who was a bigger dragon. I get that. But the other two dragons seemed to be like useless. Like, what was the point of them? A dragon is a dragon. If he badass, he badass. Why have it to where this dragon is just like, oh, I'm just flying. I don't hear or see anything. And then all of a sudden, this arrow is just going to come out of the way and just, man, I'm gone. I don't know. But it is what it is. It was just too much stuff that was just, it was just timing. And I get it. Every show can't be the same. Every series can't have everything. All the T's can't be crossed and all the I's can't be dotted. I get that. But there are certain things that you just got to hold true to say this has to make sense. There's just certain things that you just got to do to say this has to make sense. We have to finish this part. Jon Snow did not fight not one crucial motherfucker in this whole goddamn thing. Think about that. Jon Snow didn't fight not one. He didn't have not one badass sword fight with a motherfucker, period. He didn't fight the Night King. He didn't fight for the mountain for Cersei or no. He didn't fight nobody except the White Walker back 3 seasons ago. He fought the chick he screwed, right? It's like, come on, man. It's like, why would you have him come back? Why do you have him here? He's the true king of the North, and then this dude winds up where he started in the first damn place, back at the wall on the Night's Watch. Which, in my opinion, was like, what was the point of establishing the Night's Watch again? Well, they're always going to have to be bastards and going to need somewhere to go. Why the hell you got to send them to the Night's Watch? What's the purpose of the wall now? If the wildlings are cool, ain't no more of the White Walkers or the army of the dead, why not leave the wall down? Because you supposed to be cool with the wildlings now, the free folk. Y'all all supposed to be cool now. So why would you need a wall? Why would you even need to rebuild the wall? Leave the wall where it is. That was the purpose of that shit in the first place. I don't know what the hell that is flying around. I got it though. Bam. So it's like, why would you do that? What was the purpose of that? What was the reason to have it back on? Is it on Netflix? I don't know. I know it's on HBO. If you got HBO Go, you can watch it. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to be good up until these last 2 seasons. It's going to leave you hanging. And I'm telling you, you don't want to waste your time. I'm telling you that right now. Right, to become the king of the free people? No, because the big dude is still around. So he can't become the king of the free people because the dude is still there with the red hair. That like the big woman. That like the old girl, Brienne. So he's the king of them. He calling the shots. So what's the point? His woman was dead. That was one of them. That was one of the free folk. So what was the point of him going back? It's like, what was the purpose of him coming all that way and then coming all the way back? Coming back from the dead, going and bending the knee to Dany, giving up his right to the throne because he didn't want to be the king. It's like you had him come back for all of that for what? I kill Daenerys and then move on? Crazy, man. I don't get it. I do like the way they did Tyrion. I like the way that Tyrion became, the hand of the king, because he's very wise. He drinks and he knows things. Shout out to Tyrion, because I drink and I know things. I drink and I smoke cigars and I know things. Yeah. But I did like that. I like the way that his story came full circle. He's still in King's Landing where he belongs, and that was good. But I don't know, man. That's just what it was for me. What y'all think? Hey, y'all let me know. Anybody got any other questions about it or anything I missed or some shit? I don't know, but I was just so fucking disgusted. I thought that it was going to really turn around And I really thought that it was going to be something that I could be like, yeah, I kind of didn't like that part, but overall it ended great. That's really what I hope for. Because I know nothing can be perfect. I know nothing can be the way that you want it to be, but I really hope that he was going to become, that Jon Snow was going to become king. I was hoping, his was my final plan. I was hoping that Daenerys and Jon would get married in spite of the incest thing, have a baby, whatever you want to call it, and they would become the new family that would rule. Because I believe that with Daenerys, hey, I know I can kill when I need to, and Jon, hey, I look out for the people because that's what I'm supposed to do. I believe that they would have really been able to truly rule the Seven Kingdoms the right way. And that pissed me off too. How the hell does Sansa just get to say, I'm out of the Seven Realms, of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm going to be by myself, and that's it. Well, bitch, if you was that big and bad, you could have did that shit 2-3 seasons ago. How she just going to say, I'm out, I'm good. And everybody just be like, oh, okay, no problem. Like, who the fuck is she? Like, come on, man. Okay, I tell you what. You get out, then we gonna consider you an enemy. You gotta fight all 6 of us. How about that? I was like, that was totally useless. I didn't get that. And then the fact that she just totally just said, fuck her brother. Like, fuck you, Bran. I'm gonna do my own thing because I want to be a queen, and that's it. How, Sway? How do you just get to just do that and do your own thing? Bran, you my brother. I love you, but I want to be a queen, and I'm out of the Seven Kingdoms. So y'all call that shit the 6 Kingdoms from now on, and watch yourself when you come up north, cause it's a new bitch in town. That was totally unnecessary. Your brother is the king. It would behoove you and benefit you even more being brother or sister to the king. Ain't nobody gonna do that. That didn't make any sense. That did not make any sense. My brother becomes king. I'm not gonna be like, hey bro, I know you the king and all, and I respect you, man, but I'm gonna go do my own thing. I'm gonna be like, hell yeah, back in the family shit. I run the north, nickel. That's what I'm gonna be like. He said that's a woman for you. Right, she on some woman shit. I'm gonna have my own thing. Fuck y'all. But when I need something, you best believe I'm gonna come and ask my brother. It was totally useless. There was no point in that. And it's like, it's gonna make it so whack if you try to bring this back and try to spin up a new one 2 years later and say, yeah, this gonna be, we going 20 years into the future now. And it's a whole new throne, and it's a whole new game that everybody's playing. It's going to cheapen it. It's going to make it be so much garbage that you're going to have to put so much bullshit and bullshit twists and turns into it to where it's really going to be the same thing over again, just with different people. Which I don't understand. Why would you do that? Why would you make it to where she breaking off from the 7 realms after all this time? I'm so thirsty. But why would they do that? It's like, after all of this time, your brother is now the Lord of the realm. He's king of the hill, if you will. And now you want to break off and do your own thing. You said you laughed when Jon killed Dany off quick. Yeah. And it was like, that shit was crazy. This dude, that's what I said earlier. This dude was so in love with her. He did any and everything for her. He would not betray her for no shape, form, or fashion, for no reason at all. This is the first time he's ever pissed off at her. And this dude drives a knife through her heart and lets her die right there on the floor. Okay. And then the dragon, and this was my thing too. I would think because of the connection that the Targaryens have with dragons, and the fact that he was the only other motherfucker to ride a dragon, you would think that this dude would have been able to say, hey, look, now, I know you upset Daenerys is dead, but I'm the master of dragons, goddammit. She was the mother of dragons, and I'm the father. Put my hand up, you good, now you mine, you with me. And then he could have hopped on that motherfucker and said, I know I'm going to have to burn these Unsullied, Cause they ain't gonna go with nothing else I try to do. They on my ass. Let me lay them down real quick, and now I'm the king. Cause everybody else wanted me to be. And it was like my thing too, when they were sitting there talking about that vote, it's like it wasn't 20,000 Unsullied left. Not even close. Compared to what they lost in the Army of the Dead, compared to what they lost during this last little battle, there should not have even been close to 20,000 of the Unsullied left. So they were definitely outnumbered. And the fact that everybody else that was sitting on that panel did not vote for Jon Snow to be the one true king because he was, and even his best friend, Saul, what's his name? Sam Tarly. Why wouldn't he vote his best friend like, hey, look, I get it, but this who's supposed to be the king? Why wouldn't he do that? He was the biggest proponent of Jon being the king because he found out what it was. Bran Stark was the motherfucker who confirmed he was the one true king. Why wouldn't he say, yes, Jon Snow is the king? He needs to be king. Grey Worm, I know you're mad, but I hear you, I get it. This dude is the king and everybody wanted to be king except for your ass. Everybody else wanted him to be king at some point before this, but now the only motherfucker who would have been opposed to it would have been Grey Worm, because Grey Worm was totally devoted to Daenerys because she freed him. I'm cool with that. But why wouldn't they be like, yeah, Jon Snow is the rightful king. He's the heir. He the motherfucker. He earned it. He done fought. He done died and came back to save our ass time and time again. He united us all, but we gonna pick Bran, this motherfucker over here in this wheelchair, to be the king. No way, man. No way. You right, it made no damn sense. I don't get it. But I just had to get that off my chest, man. I'ma go ahead, shut this on down, come on back and do another one. I got some other shit I want to do that's more so along my speed. I know this ain't my thing, but I just had to get this off my chest. Bran the Broken, right? Jon wouldn't do it, I think. But yeah, I guess. I don't know. But I'm going to come back and do something else. And man, we going to get it cracking all over again. Matter of fact, let me see here if I got anybody that said, hey, let me go ahead and donate to the cause and hit my boy up with a little change. Let me see. I think I do. All right. Yeah. Might as well acknowledge those people that did that. Bran, wheeler of the chair. Exactly. Right. I feel you, Jay. Shit's crazy, man. I don't know why, but I don't know how they thought in their infinite wisdom and genius, but shit was cheesy as hell to me, man. It just was. Shout out to let me see. I gotta go back here because somebody else did donate to me yesterday, I believe. Yep. Shout out to Michelle Glass. Thank you. She gave your boy with the young, what's that, $3 or $2 it came out to be. I appreciate you. That's what's up. Hit your boy with a couple of bucks. My man David Rosen, hey man, appreciate you. No idea about Game of Thrones and you still make the shit, make the night fun. Thanks, man. Hey Nash, I appreciate you, bro. That's what's up. And also to my man, he came right back. Thank you. My man Nash hit me up with another $2 there. Burn Hollywood Burn. Man, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. It's like, I don't know. I guess when you just look back and just think about the movies that's coming out, when you think about the way TV shows, it's, you know what it seems like to me, and I was actually talking to my brother Easy about this. It seems like to me like there's literally a handful of writers that are just in circulation and they just literally rehashing old shit over and over and over and over again. That's literally what it seems like. Everything now is a reboot or remake. And it's like the way that they doing it, they are just literally being lazy with what it is. There's nothing fresh and new coming about. And it's like, I get the fact that everybody want to make money. I get the fact that you want to bet on a sure thing. But it's like you have to be able to say, yeah, out of all of this money we gonna make, we got to donate, or not donate, but we got to take a certain portion of this money and put it towards investing in some new writers to do new things. I don't understand why they won't do that. Say, hey, yeah, we just, you look at who was that? The people that did Endgame. You got the Avengers. Is that Universal? I don't know. Or is that Universal or is it Fox? No, it's Universal. I think, or Disney. One of them. I don't know. But you got all that money that they just got from Endgame. And then the money they got from just from the Avengers period. None but profit. Right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times over. They spend $100 million and they make $1 billion. Okay? You say, hey, let's take a chunk of this and let's invest it in some new writers. Hey, look, we're going to pay y'all motherfuckers. Y'all give us 100 scripts. 100 scripts. I want 100 movies, and then I'm going to give me 100 TV shows. It's like you can't go with that type of, you get you a crew of, let's say, 30 writers. And you say, hey, y'all come up with 100 movies and 100 TV shows. And just see what you get out of that. Pay these dudes $100,000 a piece to come up with these 10 movies a piece. It's like just something. Figure out some kind of way to invest in new writers and say, I don't want no reboots. I don't want no remakes. I'm going to leave that to my seasoned veteran writers. I want y'all to come up with some new stuff. Create me a new something. I want a new horror film. I want a new action hero. I want a new Karate Man. I want a new enchanted drama. I want a new love story. I want a new romantic comedy. Y'all come up with some of those. Don't bite shit off of nobody else. I want it all original. And see what happens. Come up with some family TV shows. Come up with some guy TV shows. Come up with some girl TV shows. And let's see what happens. As opposed to saying, let's reboot Friends. That made a lot of money. Yeah, we'll reboot Seinfeld. Hey, we'll do a spinoff of a spinoff of a spinoff. Let's do a spinoff on Family Matters. It's like, stop doing that and just do something new and fresh. Because you never know what you're going to get. That's how you got all this other shit. There never would have been a Terminator if you were steady trying to remake Conan the Barbarian. That's all it is, right? The new Michael Myers. And they kind of like went back and jumped over to Michael Myers to do this one. They say this last one that came out was good. I honestly, let me tell y'all something about horror movies. And I don't know how this happened, but there's like 3 horror movies that I've never seen all the way through. I've never seen all of Halloween. None of the Halloweens, I've never watched all of them. I don't know how I missed it. I don't know what happened, but I've started them, fell asleep on them, never finished. Never watched all of the Halloweens. I never watched all of the Hellraisers. And I never watched all of the is it Phantasm? Yeah, with the tall man, the dude with the white hair. I never watched all of those. I don't know why. I don't know how it happened. I have never seen all of it. I've seen all of the Friday the 13th. I've seen all of the Freddy Kruegers. I done seen all of the Candymans. I done seen all of that other shit. I've seen it. But I, for some reason, did not watch Halloween. I did not watch Hellraiser. And I did not watch Phantasm. I remember certain parts of it. But I never watched it all the way through, as odd as that sounds. That's weird. Final Destination is another one. Never watched all of those. That's crazy. I just missed them, I guess. I need to like download them and just watch them just to watch them. But it's just certain ones, they just never really stuck with me. They never really caught me. And I never really watched it. But I guess I need to. But as weird as it is, I never watched that shit. That shit is crazy. But that's just what it is, man. I want to, let me see. I got somebody here on the Cash App who hit your boy up too. Let's see who that was. Let's see. CHM. Thank you. Hit me with the 5-piece. That's what's up. 5-piece spicy. Yeah, that's what's good. Thank you so much for your donation, man. I appreciate y'all. Man, it's all good. I thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with me. Let me get this shit off my chest. We need I've never seen Friday the 13th. You never seen Friday the 13th? See? That's weird, man. That is weird as hell. I never saw it. It's just certain ones that just totally miss. And I grew up along that. I'm a 70s baby. I grew up doing all that shit. And I just never got a hold of it for some reason. I don't know. But I'll have to catch that one. And I'm a movie buff. So it's like, I don't know how I missed those or never like had the desire to go back and watch them. But I just never did, man. As odd as that sounds, it's weird. But let me go ahead and shut this one down. I'm going to start it right back up. And we're going to get this other one going. I got a good video, good topic I want to talk about. But I definitely thank y'all for tuning in, hanging out with your boy for the night. It's been awesome. I appreciate y'all. Hey man, y'all could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. That's what's up. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab Game of Thrones edition. And man, if y'all get a chance, subscribe, click the like, click the donate. Keep supporting the show, keep supporting the platform, and as always, peace, and I'm out. Hey, hey, hey. Either with the Fat Boys. That's not the Fat Boys. God damn. That's Fat Albert. Alright, y'all. I'll be right back.